Alright guys, so here we are, back in our Let's Play world here, and we've got a project to work on today. We are going to start on our storage room, like I said we would do in the last episode. So, just to give you a quick bearing of where we are, since this doesn't really look like anything yet. Down there's our spider spawner, this is just where we tunneled up before, and this is the room I talked about putting the storage room in before. So, we're going to have a too wide entrance into it. I've kind of roughly figured out what I want with this. So you can see I've got lots and lots of supplies on me. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we are going to have a two-ride walkway in to the storage room that will be right here at these two torches. So I'm going to kind of build this on camera a little bit, not fully, because that would take too long, but just to kind of give you an idea of where we're going. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out from our walkway and put some pillars like so. And then we're going to come over and put another one here. And we're going to do the same thing here. And we're using this dark oak, because it is now my favorite log in the game. So we've got something a little bit like that. So we need to go back 2 blocks here. And we are going to put glowstone there. And there. And we're going to dig this area away. And I'm not great at building on camera. I can't really talk and build at the same time, unless it's about what I'm building. So we've got this little bay here, and we're going to take some of these guys and no, not like that, sort of like that. So we'll do that for all these bays here, like so. And then we'll once again dig this out a bit. Glowstone, glowstone. Dig that out. A little bit of hardened clay. And we're going to do that for all these type of bays we build. Then we're going to have another pillar here and here of the same height of the other ones. Alright. And we're going to place another bay right there, like so. And these bays are going to be where our chests are. We're going to put chests in these bays. So yeah, we'll have another bay of chests here, which means I'm going to go and put in a little bit of the glowstone just so we get the light. But yeah, bays there. Dang it. Oh, come on. There we go. No! Dang stair. So we'll have another set of bays on either side like so. Now we need a crafting bench here. We need to make us some stairs. Because here is where we're going to put in some stairs. And they will be free ride. Just dig some of this away. We're going to have to dig away this chunk here. And then we'll put us in another pillar. No. No, no. No, no, no. Not what I want at all. Another pillar here. Alright. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. Pillar. Alright, so these will go out into 2 other areas of the cave here. They will kind of fork out like so. And our main entrance will be here. So I'll need to dig away a little bit right there, but as you can see, this is very symmetrical. And I kind of like the symmetry for the storage room. Other rooms I might try to kind of resist symmetry, but And here I like it. And in here, well, I can only do the one side right now. We'll have something like this. Now this is not another storage bay though. This isn't going to be for chests, and we actually do not want the cyan clay there. We're going to put a bit of quartz there. And what that's going to be for, let's see, we'll use jungle wood. Just make us some levers. These are going to be our control switches for the various farms. And there will be 4 switches in all because there will be another panel right here. And yeah, 4 switches, which is all I anticipate we'll need. I know what they're going to be for, but I'm not going to share what they're all for at the moment, because that would spoil some of our future fun. So let me just take a little bit here and do a little bit more of this off camera, and we'll take a look at what I've got. So I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright, so I did this, and I'm looking at this room, and it looks a little bit funny over here. And now as I'm looking at it, I got a tad bit less storage than what I think I want. I still haven't put chests in here. So I think I'm going to actually bump this back a few more blocks and put another storage bay here. So what we'll do is we'll just tear this guy out. So just for demonstration purposes, we'll tear that out. And we'll come out one more block here, where we can put us another pillar. And I need the wood, so like so. And we'll just have us another storage bay here. And of course, to keep with the symmetry, we'll do the same on the other side. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. Something more like this. And that will give us quite a bit more storage. That'll give us 6 more double chests, or 4 more double chests rather. No, sorry, 8 more double chests of storage. So I think that's what we'll go with. So just a quick little update on the change of plans. So I'll go ahead and make those minor adjustments and be right back with you guys. Alrighty guys, so I finished that up, and I just realized I forgot to put the levers back on here. There we go. So I think that's a lot better, a little bit more balanced. It just feels better. But why am I in a hole? Well, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the floor, and I think I've come up with a pretty cool kind of design here. It's kind of a checkerboardish design, so I wanted to see what you guys thought of it here. So these are the dark oak planks. And I'm doing 2x2 squares here. Oops, and like I would for a checkerboard pattern. So then what I'm going to do is, for the rest of the kind of checkered pattern, is put in just these spruce wood planks. And I think that this works together really quite nicely. I really like this floor. So I think that works quite well, and I think that's what we're going to go with. So let's just finish that out and see what it looks like in here. So like so. Oops. Yeah, I think that's nice. I like that. So what we'll have now is we'll have double chest, and then double trap chest with item frames in here. So all these bays will have chests like that. We have a control panel here for all our farms, which will this will control whether they're on or off. So our entrance will have to be kind of a little bit of a hallway here in order to make this work. But that's okay. I think that'll look kind of cool. And we'll step down a little bit, or maybe step down before the hall, I haven't decided yet, into our storage room. And these are going to branch off to 2 areas of the cave. this area over here, let's just go ahead and bust this out because we're going to have to do it eventually anyway, is where I'm thinking of putting the mob farm, or the output to the mob farm and the storage system for it. So that's what's going to be over here. And then over here is going to be bulk storage for things like cobblestone, dirt, etc. And also bulk storage that forms the output of a sort of another farm I want to do, which we'll get to that later. It's going to be an iron farm, and it will open up to allow us to go to, actually no, is this did it? No, it does continue on. So it will open up and allow us to get to the other parts of the cave. So this will kind of act as a little bit of a central point for this section of the cave. But we also have this area out here we can go, where we can open up and do a bunch of things. So yeah, but the storage room, that's kind of what we're looking at. I haven't decided on what I want to do for a ceiling yet, though. Something I was thinking about doing is taking these stairs and putting a border all the way around the room here, and then having it go up into maybe some kind of stained clay for the ceiling. I don't know. I might work that off camera. So yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to work on this a little bit more off camera, and I'll get back with you guys, and we'll work on something else. Alright, so I started doing a little bit more work here, and quickly found that I wasn't going to have enough storage, so I added another row of chests to all these. And I think this will give us the perfect amount of storage for our base storage room. Because remember, we're going to have our bulk storage, mob drops will be in the mob farm, and eventually stuff like the farmables here. I'm going to have farms down here, so that stuff will eventually probably be moved out of the storage room. So yeah, I think we'll be good with this configuration. I like it. But we're going to take a break from this and do something else. And I want to take that with me. Yeah, as you can see, I spent some time in the nether, digging a lot of netherrack. Why would I do that? And the answer is, I built a rather long tunnel, which we will go to now. But yeah, I wanted to show you this progress before we went there. Real fast. Pretty much same thing, just a little bit higher. I also have, it's not wired up completely yet, but I do have the wire going down for the spider farm to turn it on and off. It's not connected to any lamps yet, it just ends here. But that will eventually allow us to turn lamps on and off. So just give me one moment here and I'll meet you guys in the nether, and we will talk about what in the world we're going to be doing for the rest of this episode. Alright, so here we are on a minecart track that took me flippin' forever to build here in the nether. So, where are we going? What are we doing? Well, I ended up having a class get canceled today, so I got home early, and I decided to spend that time to search for a mesa biome. And I spent a good 4 hours searching, and I came up with 0 mesa biomes. So I did something that I said I wasn't going to do before, which is I loaded the world in Eclipse, and I found where one should be, and it should be next to something else, which I want to look at. If Amidst isn't trolling me here, I haven't gone through the portal yet. So we're going to look at that. I'm not going to take you on this whole minecart ride because it goes about 8,000 blocks from our base. In the overworld, it's only about 1,000. It's about 1,400 blocks here in the nether, I think is what it was. So yeah, it takes quite a while to ride it. But yeah, we're going to hopefully be checking out a mesa biome, and maybe something else. And then if things work out the way I want it to, and Amidst wasn't trolling me, we're going to play around with some stuff. So I'll see you guys once this overly long ride is over. Alright, we have finally arrived. I'm in a bit of a hole here. There we go. So haven't gone through the portal yet. So let's see if this turns out like we want it to. Fingers crossed. Be in a mesa biome. Come on. Ooh. Yes! Alright. So that's good. We've got us a mesa biome. Ooh, and it looks like a nice one. Now, somewhere around here is supposedly something else I wanted to check out. I'm not sure what direction it's in, though. I should have made note of that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're going to get lots of stained clay from this. Awesome. This is good. I wanted this because I want to start using clay a little bit more, I think. And it's such a pain to get without one of these. Let me just mark the portal cords. Yeah, so that's good. That's one of the two things. So hopefully the other one is actually here too. I may need to pop out here for just a second and figure out where it is in relation to this rather than spend a ton of time searching for it. Yeah. Wait, it might be over here. Yeah. I think this is right. So it is east. Head east. Ooh. Nasty drop. Alright, so we finally have the mesa biome, which is next to a cold biome, which isn't supposed to happen anymore. Just putting that out there. Hot biomes aren't supposed to occur next to the cold biomes. Dang, Minecraft not making any sense. A deserty type biome right next to snow. But that's okay. In this case, I think it will work out to our benefit. So where is it? And you're probably already able to guess what it is I'm wanting to find if you watched my overly long exploration video, not 2 videos ago? 1 video ago? 2 videos ago, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, it would have been 2 videos ago. I'm assuming it would be this direction. I thought it was going to be this way, so I may need to cut away here. Because I don't want to just film an hour of me walking around again. We've already done that. Just head right over here and take a look. We'll get up here and take a look. How about that? And you can see how far out we are. 11,600 blocks on the X cord, so. Yeah. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. So, be right back. Alright. So, I finally found it. It's further away than I realized. Ooh, getting all kinds of lag. So yeah, ice spikes. So I'm going to have to build a separate portal out to here from the mesa, because it's a lot further than what I initially realized. But that's okay, because I really wanted to find this biome, because I wanted the packed ice. And I've never seen this before. I mean, I've seen it in other people's videos and whatnot, but I haven't actually seen it for myself. So this is pretty cool. So yeah, we've got the packed ice here, which is why I wanted to find this. So how big are these places? There's actually quite a few of these things here. Yeah, okay, so this should be plenty of packed ice for a long time. Take a screen. Oh, great. Take a screenshot of the cords. Okay. So there's a couple things I want to try with this packed ice. First one is, I believe it doesn't melt. I'm pretty sure, so we'll test that. And I also want to see, I assume you need Silk Touch. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I'm noticing with the packed ice is, my Silk Touch efficiency isn't tearing through this like it does regular ice. Alright, cool. So let me just tear down an entire one of these spikes, obviously this one here since it's the one I started, and let's see how much ice we can get from it. So we get an idea of just how much ice is here. And something else I want to check. I just noticed this seems to be packed ice too. This, I assume it was a pool of water. So, okay, so it doesn't break into water when you break it. So can you, I wonder, and I took one from that down, oops, that will screw up my test with how much ice I get from the spikes here. I wonder if you can refreeze this stuff up here since it's a ice spikes biome. I'd imagine you probably can't, but I'm not sure. But yeah, look at that. There's a ton of spikes. This is plenty of packed ice. So let me just go ahead and murder this spike and we'll see how much ice we get in the end. Alright, so we've got some questions answered here. For one, packed ice indeed does not melt, which I pretty much already knew, but nice to confirm. 2, these spikes actually go down into the ground a few blocks, and from one spike, that one spike I did, I got a little over, about 3.5 stacks. So that's pretty darn good right there. So one of these ice spike biomes, is that what it's called? Ice plane spikes, should give you more than enough packed ice for most cases, I'd say. The other question answered is yes, water will refreeze up here. I broke this ice block and made it a water source and it refroze, but it refreezes to just ice, not this packed ice. So as far as I know, you can't make it. I don't believe there's any crafting recipe for the packed ice. So yeah, it's pretty much a inferior limited resource. You know, it's about as limited as anything in this game. You just have to go out further to find more. And since for all practical purposes, Minecraft is an infinite world, you can always find more. So I'm going to meet you guys back at our base, which it'll take me a while to get there, and we will do some more tests with this. And I have to figure out where in the world I'm going. Alright, so now as we're back, I want to test a couple more things with this packed ice. So first of all, I want to know, can I move it with a piston? I'm guessing no, because I don't believe you can move ice. Actually, yes, you can move ice, so yeah, that makes sense. So cool. You can move the packed ice with a piston. Good to know. The next thing I want to know, and I may actually need to set something up in creative just to make it faster, in a different world of course, is do items flow just as quickly on the packed ice as on regular ice? Does it have the same kind of friction? So let's switch over to creative world and we'll check that out. Alright guys, so here we are in a quick little creative world, and I set up this really simple test that should allow us to see if these work, see if these have the same kind of friction value and if items will move along just as fast on normal ice as packed ice and vice versa. I suspect that they will. I suspect that they will move at the same rate, but super simple. We've got a dispenser or a dropper. Each one has an item in it. Real simple clock to fire this dispenser or dropper. Doesn't really matter in this case. So yeah, this will just fire it as long as there's items here. It won't fire until we actually push this block into place to complete the clock, which we'll do by placing a redstone torch here. All these will lead into a hopper, which has a comparator off the end, so once it gets an item in it, the light will light up. So we should have a visual cue of how which one finishes first, or if they both finish. So let's see what happens. And that looked to be pretty even to me. So yep, it looks like these both have the same kind of friction value and that items move the same speed on packed ice as they do regular ice. So no real surprise there. Alright, so now as we know some of the properties of packed ice, which is essentially the same as regular old ice, except for the not melting thing and not being transparent. I have just one more thing to show you before we end this episode. I actually, it's a day later now, so I've done some more off camera, and just growing some cactuses here so I can make some more cyan clay. But up here, if you recall, I talked about how I wanted to have some mass storage for cobble and dirt, and I've set that up. In hindsight, I kind of wish I'd put a stone brick buffer here, input chest, so all this bumped over one, but I'm not tearing it out to do that. I'll live with it like this for now, I think, because the redstone back here is kind of a mess. But you put in dirt and cobble in here. I don't have any dirt, and it will be sorted out and go to the respective chests. So as you can see, cobble is flowing down, and we've got some handy lights here to indicate which chest we're currently filling. So on both of them, it's just the bottom chest being filled. As you can see, as stuff filters down, it lights up. I can try to show you the redstone for this. It's really pretty simple. It's just a mess. So what we've got here, this is our input chest, right? This is where we input the cobble and the dirt, and we've got two separate hoppers here. And they're really just two separate sorting cells, so I'll show you this one because it's easier to get to. The other one's identical. So it's a pretty standard sorting cell. This just tells it to block this hopper down here before we empty out these items. That way the only thing that can enter in is cobble. On the other side, it's just set to filter out dirt. So this pretty standard sorting cell. You can pretty much see it and see how it works here. And that allows us to filter out to respective chest array, and again, both of them are identical, so I'll just show you this side. So off the sorting array is a line of hoppers, which run into a dropper item elevator, which is super simple. I think this design is by AC Tennis. It's just a comparator off of it, and you got a little clock to pulse the items up through the item elevator. And that leads into a hopper, which leads into a chest. And this is kind of hard to show, but right here for the one for dirt, you can kind of see how the chests are laid out, kind of zigzag like this, so it just flows down. And then the only other component is the lights, which is really simple. If I can get to a spot to show you. Let me see if the other side I can see it. Like I said, this is kind of a maze back here, the way I did this. Yeah, so off the chest we just have a comparator. So if there's an item in the chest, it sends power, and we're just pulling the power over to the redstone lamp. And we just have to be careful that however we power the redstone lamp, it will... in fact, I just realized that I actually messed up the wiring a little bit, because we've got to make sure when we power the redstone lamp, it only powers one lamp and not two. And the way I have those, it's going to power two. So I'm going to have to actually fix that. But yeah, you get the general idea, I think. So yeah, simple bulk storage. I need to put something under there to where you can't see that half slab or something, so that will bug me. But that's cool. Now we got bulk storage for cobble and dirt. But I also want to point out we're going to have one double chest in here for both of them. So I don't really need the bulk storage quite yet, but I will. And now we've got it. But anyway, I'm going to fix that issue off camera. Here, I can actually show you why that's an issue, in case you don't see it. Can I break that block safely? Yeah. So just for demonstration purposes, let's do this. And I need a torch or something, and show you what issue I'm talking about. Grab us a redstone torch. So the way I have this set up now, I believe it's going to power... Yeah, see? The way I have it wired now, it powers the lamp above it as well, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of this. So I'm going to have to find a new way to run the wiring for that. Not a huge deal, just kind of a pain. But yeah, so that's all we're going to do for this episode. I haven't decided 100% what I want to do in the next episode, but we may start thinking about a mob system, but we may also do something else. I'm not quite sure yet. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.